changed it up.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I decided it was nice and snowy outside. I needed a blankie.
That's fair. That's fair.
Plus, I'm cold all the time anyway.
Yeah, we could have put a little heater in here.
We could have, but then you would have gotten too hot.
Well, that's true. We could just put it on you. That's fine.
We could put it under my blankie so it keeps all of it in.
Mm-hmm. That's what she's going to do the rest of the day today now.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? I do have a heated blanket that I sleep with at night, but it's not quite big enough. It's like a...
Is it a throw blanket?
Yeah, it's a throw. I didn't realize, because I'm not a good adult. I didn't realize when I purchased
to have
it.
a full-size one. I'll have to look and see, because we don't use it.
You know I love
I would gift
blanket.
it to you if I can find it. But it's possible that when the dogs chewed it up or something and it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because my dogs are terrible. They're the worst.
Why do we have them?
I don't know.
Sometimes I ask myself
And we have like the most poorly behaved.
Well, not
terrible.
most. Some of mine are. Well
I
behaved.
know, yeah. Some.
Only like one of them though.
I have a good cat.
Because she can't do anything.
She can't do
else.
anything. It's fine.
But yeah, it's a little throw, and so I actually sleep on top of it because it's not long enough for me, which is still nice. Then it's only on my side of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
yeah,
used to do that. Mm-hmm. I used to back when I would actually get cold.
Yeah.
I used to turn it on before I got into bed.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the bed was all preheated.
yeah.
I was like, oh, it's so cozy, and Jason would be like, it's hot in here.
I love your impression of your husband.
It's so flattering to him. So what are we talking about today, friends?
Well, I have two options.
It's a super surprise.
It is. I actually, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I failed all of you.
She didn't remember until I told her 5 minutes ago.
I totally forgot we were even doing Facebook Live today. So
it's a weird day because of the snow.
And we were
Yesterday
late.
felt like it was 3 days long.
Oh yeah, yesterday was awful.
So
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amy hit a median today on her way here because the truck driver cut off another truck driver, and so she ran into the median.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I was coming up on that part of the highway, so I stopped, and she got in my truck, and then she locked her keys in the truck, so I had to use my mad skills and break into her truck.
Yeah,
but
so watch yourselves. Crystal knows how to.
I'm a
door
master.
lock.
Yeah, I'm a master car breaker.
Carjacker.
Yeah.
Car.
I've only used
Well, it's
it.
really just car breaking into.
Yeah.
It's not really Is it car? I think it's only carjacking if you steal the
it,
car
yeah.
and take it to another location.
Yeah, I mean, I only break into vehicles when I know whose they are, or,
I don't know if that makes it better.
I only do it when the car owner is present.
Okay. That's maybe better.
Yeah. Fun fact, though, if you ever lock yourself out of the car, you just undo the antenna. They usually screw on, and you shove it down the window between the window
but I
and the
have
weather
a little
seal.
shorty antenna.
Well, you need to get a bigger one.
I'm a little Kia
But
Soul.
your
It's just
doors
got that
aren't
one on the back.
Doors aren't as long, or your windows aren't as long either, are they?
Well, they're normal windows,
Well, I don't know then.
so I couldn't do that.
You'd have to have a metal coat hanger or something. I don't
Who
know.
has that anymore? Do they even make metal coat hangers anymore?
I have no idea. But anyway,
This has nothing to do with anything.
no, it doesn't.
So
But-
informative. 5 stars.
Yeah. Breaking into cars.
Oh.
So yeah, I have two topics today. We could either talk about urinary problems,
Okay.
or we can talk about anesthesia and monitoring, and you can explain to us all of the different things, the monitoring equipment that we use.
So I think if we talk about that, I think we need to have props. And I think we have to be better prepared for that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with option number 1.
Okay. Let's talk about urinary then.
Let's talk about pee. Didn't we already talk about pee?
I don't know. I can't remember. We've done so many that
Because we talked about poop, and then I thought we talked about pee the next week or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't remember. Okay, we could talk about snow-related things,
Okay.
issues that your pets could have being outside too long.
Okay.
I don't know.
what kind of
Let me
issues?
play my song.
Okay, play your song first. We'll ruminate on it. Maybe it will inspire us.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Oh, hold on. I gotta put my coffee on. with this.
Ow. Oh, I think we're close. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to turn it off. What's the cutoff?
I think it's like 30 seconds.
Oh, 30.
I don't know.
Oh, well then we had longer. Do you want to keep going?
Sure.
Or did I ruin the mood now? Okay, here you go.
I was getting into it. Now I forget what I was doing.
Something like this.
I wish I was like doing like full body, like little Roger Rabbit, little Running Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. Do like one of these. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Some of us don't even need music. It's in my head.
My neck popped. That's why I don't dance. I haven't been to the chiropractor in many months.
It's terrible.
So
Do you
yeah.
want to talk about my topic?
Sure. What was your topic? Because you were prepared.
I was prepared, man. I had a backup because I know her.
I forgot.
I knew you would. So I was going to see about me talking about,
Me?
yes, how beautiful you are.
Oh.
But also, because that might be too long of a topic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So talk about the foods that people feed their animals and what things are do's and what things are maybe don'ts.
I think that's a great idea.
That we've heard. And you know what my number one is going to be?
Ham? Ham.
Ham! I'm really offended by ham, you guys. I'm really offended by it.
Yeah.
So we'll start with ham because
Okay.
and then we'll see what other ones we can come up with.
Okay.
I don't know why so many people feed their animals ham. Like chicken, I understand. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Maybe you have a steak for dinner and there's like a couple of pieces. Get that. Makes sense. But like ham. But maybe it's just because I'm not a ham person.
Yeah, you don't
I
like ham anyway.
like it. Yeah. And like ham lunch meat just no. Mm-mm. So the thought of giving that to an animal, it's not any better. Like, and I feel like then they have hammy breath. But yeah, like not probably the best option for your pet. Not necessarily, it's not going to be toxic, but I certainly would not give it to an animal that's having GI upset.
Yeah.
Ham's not really like a lean type of meat that we would typically recommend feeding. I'm sure people will disagree with this, and that's fine. But
Fine. But when you see enough GI issues,
Mhm.
just stop.
I know there's people who are like, I give my dog ham all the time, but let's not.
Yeah. Maybe your dog has
Especially if they're sick, let's for sure not do ham.
yeah.
Okay, like if they're having diarrhea, if they're having vomiting, not the time to bust out the ham.
I just busted out some ham.
You were laughing, but this is a thing that has happened multiple times.
It has.
That they're like, oh yeah, and also I give them ham every day. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't
For what
know
purpose?
why.
Yeah. People feed their dogs all kinds of stuff. And
All
my
kinds of
mom, well, I was
random
telling
things.
you,
Yes, that.
my mom. So
Mrs. Woods.
she's gonna call you. What was she gonna call you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
She's
if
gonna call me later.
yeah, I'm sure she will. Yeah, that was it. If she called you Dr. Hogan, you
Yes.
were gonna call her Mrs.
Mrs.
Woods.
Woods. Yeah.
Yeah. So my mother,
God love her.
God love her. I'm not always the best at using the things that I've went grocery shopping for.
I'm not either because like I go to the grocery store with like the best of intentions. Like I'm like, oh, we're gonna make this on this night and this on, but like by the time I get home, I'm tired, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Especially when we're here on Tuesdays. 7 to
Yeah,
7.
that ain't gonna happen.
But so I had a pork loin roast that it had expired like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days earlier.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was over and I was like, oh, I gotta throw this away. And she's like, oh, it's fine. Just make it up for the dogs.
So I think that's a good rule of thumb. If you would not eat it yourself, you probably shouldn't be feeding
Yeah.
it to your pet.
I was like, First of all, I'm not going to go through the effort of making this roast
Yeah.
to then just give to the dogs. No.
And don't give it to them raw.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Mm-mm. Yeah, let's give your dogs some spoiled, maybe raw, maybe cooked meat.
Ugh.
Because that's what you need is 4 dogs with vomiting and diarrhea in your house.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
No. Nope. So, yeah. Just, no.
Yeah, if it's spoiled, no, don't give it to your animals.
Let's talk about some things that we've heard people giving their dogs. Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are generally fine. Like, if it's just plain sweet potato, like, just like a baked or steamed, like, no butter, no brown sugar. I mean, not the good stuff that you would put on.
Right.
None of the good stuff. Just a plain sweet potato. Something else that I don't particularly like, but at least I'm not offended by it. I would not add any kind of seasoning, but just plain sweet potato is okay in a small amount.
Braunschweiger.
You know what? I'm a fan of that for hiding pills.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, see, that's one thing that I will eat.
Yeah.
Mhm. But a lot of people think it's gross.
Let's see what. Oh, meat juices.
I think we've mentioned the meat juices before.
I think we have, but I'm really offended by it.
By that, that's fine. I'm offended by ham. You're offended by meat juice.
See, to me, I'm like, okay, is it like raw meat juices? You know, when you get out,
I assume it's like the drippings. Like you like roast like a chicken or turkey or something, and you know there's like the drippings that you would normally use to make gravy.
Yeah,
that's what meat juices is to me.
See,
but I don't know.
To me, when I think about meat juices, I think of like, you know,
like
when
raw.
Yeah, like when you cut like the hamburger meat package and there's like, you know, the juice or
blood. Yeah.
Yeah. That's meat juices to me. That's really offensive.
The other thing I hear a lot about is eggs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you scramble them in egg or fry them in egg. So eggs are not bad. I would not recommend cooking them in butter. I would not put like a bunch of salt or pepper on it. But like just a little bit of just like plain dry, like, you know, like what you would eat if you like your tummy was upset and you were like just getting to where you were gonna eat some solid food. You like made yourself some toast and just like
I
a
can't
plain.
say that when I don't feel good, eggs is the first thing that I'm like, oh, my belly might tolerate that.
It's pretty easy to digest and it's like soft, kind of bland, like so it's like an easy thing. What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Soft and bland.
It's inappropriate today.
Well, that's why I said nothing.
But yeah, I mean that just like that. That's right. Like you know, just like crack an egg in a non-stick skillet or something, and you didn't have to add anything to it. That's fine. That's an okay once in a while sort of thing. Shouldn't be an everyday item. But
let's talk about the things that like, because I feel like we're getting really off. Like we're not sticking very well.
What? These are things that people say they feed their animals.
I know, but I'm saying like, what things should people not feed?
Well, obviously nothing toxic. So like grapes, raisins, those are out. Macadamia nuts, those are out.
And grapes are like bad. Like
yes.
No amount
like,
of grapes.
And even if you're like, my family gave grapes to our dog when I was 8 years old, cool. But don't do that. Just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, because it's a weird one, because it's not all animals. It's not all grapes or raisins. We don't know what it is that causes it, but it'll cause acute renal failure. So just, you know, better safe than sorry. Unless you would like to spend a couple $1,000s at the ER, maybe that's your idea of a good time. I don't know, but I would not recommend it.
Yeah. No.
Not my idea of fun.
Yeah.
What else?
Chocolate.
Oh yeah, chocolate.
Alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Onions. Garlic.
So yeah, onions and garlic. So that one, yeah,
don't large amounts.
It has to be kind of large amounts. But of course, if you are using like the dried or like a powdered version, that's going to be more concentrated, so they're more likely to have an issue. Whereas like a big like 70-80 pound lab, if they ate like a whole onion, it'd probably be fine. So it takes quite a bit, but the more concentrated it is, just like raisins versus grapes, the more concentrated it is, the more likely it is that they're gonna have a problem. So
Yeah.
I just keep thinking ham.
Meat juices. Let's just make a ham meat juice sandwich.
Yeah. So let's talk about like fruits and vegetables that they can have.
Yeah.
So carrots are great. Green beans, fantastic, especially if you have a pet that you're trying to get them to lose weight. Carrots and green beans are a great way to help them do that. You can add green beans to their food just as fillers. They're not like acting like they're starving, but it's low calorie, so it's a great way to give them some filler that it's not going to pack on pounds. Carrots are fantastic for like as treats and things that are low calorie, so that's cool. And a lot of dogs like those things, so that makes it easy too. Peppers are fine. Squashes are fine. A little bit of apple is okay. I probably would avoid citrus only because it's not like toxic, but sometimes the acid can be irritating to their stomach.
My dogs love bananas.
Bananas, yeah. I was thinking bananas are okay in small amounts. That's another great thing you can hide pills in too, because it's nice and soft and you kind of smoosh it around. Allie's mom, when I was talking to her earlier today, she was like, helpful hint for other people that are running out of things to hide pills in. She said Allie enjoys the strawberry fig Newtons.
Oh.
I was like, well, that's a good idea. Yeah, because that's really, it's like I said, mushy and a little sticky, so you can hide pills in there. So yeah, helpful tip from Allie's mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
She might be watching us.
Yeah. But yeah, so those strawberry fig Newtons is okay. That's fine. Marshmallows are another good option, especially if you have a pet that has food allergies. If they are on like a food trial with the hydrolyzed diet, you can still use marshmallows to hide pills in, so that's okay. Ideally, it's the vegan ones, but even the real ones are probably not too bad because they're really just sugar.
Yeah.
It's just straight sugar, and I don't really know of any dogs that are allergic to sugar. So, my dogs go crazy for some marshmallows. I made the mistake of giving them some one time, and like now every time I get the marshmallows out, they're like, ma, ma, ma.
That's why you just don't give your dogs treats.
It's ridiculous. Well, exactly. That's why mine are abused. They don't get treats.
Oh,
they get ice, though. They do love ice. Every time we go to the ice maker, my dogs lose their minds. They come flying over. And you have to get, like, double the amount of ice you normally would want just because the dogs are going to take half of it.
Yeah. Is it still the same ice machine that you had before?
Mm-hmm.
You do have
that good ice.
She does have the best ice. When I was pregnant, I loved her ice. It's not some weird joke. It really is good ice.
It's just good ice. It's like the little dome-shaped ones.
Mm-hmm. Like the hole in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that made it weirder, but
it's okay. Whatever. It's just that day. So ice is okay too. That's fine. That's kind of, they have fun with it. They chase it around and whatever. Obviously, there's no calories in ice, so that's another good low-calorie snack.
Yeah. Especially if they get excited for it.
Yeah, exactly. What are other weird things that people have said?
Well, like bacon.
Bacon, I mean, don't give them a lot, but why would you want to give your dog a lot of bacon anyway?
It's less for you to eat.
Brutus and Bosley love ice cream. Oh, yeah. Ice cream's okay. Yep, a little bit.
No one gets ice cream without giving them some.
Of course. Oh, goodness, no. Boys. Of course. And I love that Bosley has learned it already.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Brutus was probably like, hey, dude, listen.
They give you some ice cream.
They go give you some ice cream.
Cute.
Yeah. Give them the face. And they know how to make the face.
Oh, yeah.
They're cute. They're adorable. A little bit of ice cream. Like, obviously not chocolate, but.
And so why are we telling people about these things? Don't give your animals, lots of fatty foods, and why?
Because we don't want them to get sick.
pancreatitis or
Oh, you want
vomiting,
more
diarrhea.
specific
Yes,
things?
more
Oh.
specific. Like we talked about, the
what
the
is
renal failure,
pancreatitis?
inflammation of the pancreas. It gets real mad, real mad.
Who usually gets that?
Little small breed dogs,
Yeah.
usually like Yorkies.
Yeah,
and
they're like the poster child for it. Are the Yorkies? Like if I had a Yorkie, I probably would not give them anything other than their food ever, because they're so prone to it. And some of them, they'll flare up like from weird, random stuff that you wouldn't normally think of. I had one time that, I mean, the only thing different that dog had was a little bit of pineapple, which isn't, like usually pancreatitis is like fatty foods.
Yeah.
But that was the only thing different that this dog had, and she ended up with pretty wicked pancreatitis that she had to be hospitalized for. So, yeah, so signs of pancreatitis are going to be lack of appetite, vomiting, usually a lot, diarrhea, abdominal pain. Those little guys can get pretty sick. So, yeah, sometimes they need hospitalization for fluids, IV antibiotics, and some other injectable medications. So,
yeah, my
it's no joke.
Little dog got pancreatitis.
Of course she did.
She's a Chihuahua, so
she's a chunk wawa.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yes, that's a new breed, by the way.
Chunk wawa.
A chunk wawa.
Watch, it'll be the new thing.
Somebody will trademark that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. I mean, so there's of course just run of the mill diarrhea, vomiting. Okay, you do bland diet for a couple days. Maybe we end up needing to do some kind of medications or probiotics or something. But yeah, pancreatitis is no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno. So that's why. It's not just because
we're mean.
We don't want you to have fun. There's other things that are fun. Like I said, a little bit of like roasted or boiled chicken is totally fine. When we have you do bland diet, we'll have you do like a boiled chicken breast, steamed white rice, or boiled hamburger, or like ground turkey is okay. So those things are all right. Those are fine, but it's not something that they should eat on a regular basis. I've had people ask about too. This kind of goes along with your meat juices, sort of.
Gross.
How do you feel about like broth? Would you consider that a meat juice?
No.
I mean, that's not what I would call it.
Because I can buy it at the store as broth.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to the store and say, hey, can I get some of that meat juice?
I'm looking for a quart of meat. Oh, gross. That's disgusting.
I would be like,
so offended.
I am really offended.
But yeah, so broth, like low sodium chicken or beef broth, that's fine. That's not gonna hurt anything. Just put it on the food a little bit, or sometimes we'll have you add it to like some water to increase their drinking.
Some baby food. How do you feel about baby food?
Baby food I usually reserve for the ones that like aren't eating. So if we have a patient that for whatever reason, a lot of times it's the ones that are in kidney failure, when they're getting to the point where they're not wanting to eat anything, baby food's a good way to go. For cats, tuna's fine. That's fine. Don't give them milk. They don't need milk. I have had people that'll give cats a little bit of ice cream as well, like a little bit of vanilla ice cream, as long as they're not lactose intolerant. It's probably not going to hurt anything major, but yeah, wouldn't be something I would recommend doing every day. But yeah, a little yogurt's okay.
Oh, my dogs love yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
They usually don't get any, but because first of all, I don't like yogurt, so I don't like the smell of it. No. But, when my kids eat yogurt, I'll like open the lid and let one of them lick it while the other ones can't see.
Yeah.
We can't have treats in my house because one of my dogs is food aggressive. So they don't get treats ever.
None of mine are food aggressive. They're just not good dogs, so they don't get treats.
That's fair. Every once in a while I'll get like
true.
a little tiny piece of something, but I have to like separate the one from the rest of them in order to do that.
And I usually just put it in their food bowls, like whatever their next meal is. Like we don't do a whole lot of feeding, like from my plate. Although I am like a super messy eater, And my dogs all know it, and so they all like come sit by me, and they're like, ugh,
Waiting for food
just
to
waiting
drop.
for food to drop. Mom's gonna drop something. They just know it. Oh well, it's just how it rolls.
It happens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What other food? So we heard of any other? It feels like
we've
really
heard
weird.
of all kinds of stuff, but I can't remember anything like right offhand. Basically, it's like whatever they're eating, they're just feeding to their animals. Let me just tell you, most of your animals, they don't need any more food. What does that mean?
I like the ones that come in and they're like morbidly obese, and they're like, she doesn't eat very much. Well, obviously, whatever it is that she's eating is too much. You could be giving her a pea a day. That's clearly too much because your dog fat.
Yeah. I was trying to be a little nicer than that, but
We're not talking to anybody specifically,
Well,
so
no.
it's okay.
no.
It's okay.
Yeah,
to be
I mean, let's be honest.
sassy about it.
If your dog is overweight and you come in and you're like, they're only eating a cup a day. Okay, first of all, are they getting a measuring cup a day?
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, what else are you feeding them?
Mm-hmm.
Because that may be all they're getting in dog food,
Mm-hmm.
but they getting something else.
Yeah. Well, there was that one that we saw a few weeks ago that it was like came in because it was overweight. So basically, there's two reasons that an animal is overweight: hypothyroidism, or they're eating too much. So like once we knew that the thyroid was normal, it's like it doesn't matter what you're feeding too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we had to talk about some diet food.
It's easier to
Some
just
diet food.
keep them normal weight than to try to get them down.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You're going to save money on food.
Mhm.
You're going to save money on,
Medications?
treats.
Treats?
Medications, yeah.
Mhm.
All of the above. Because they need heartworm and flea and tick every month. So the fatter your dog is, the more they're going to need.
Mm-hmm. You tell them, girl. Get them.
I'm on it. Just like, antibiotics and stuff. Some of those antibiotics are costly.
Yeah.
So if you have a 40-pound dog, well, what should be a 40-pound dog, and they're 60 pounds, you're
Yes.
paying 20 pounds more for
Mhm.
that medication than you
Yep.
should.
You need 50% more medication.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're fat.
I love it.
Let's be real. Plus, it's just no good for anyone.
No.
It's not good for your pets. It's not good for their health.
It's not cute.
No.
Mm-mm.
I think it's funny when dogs come in and they got like a big badonkadonk and you can see as they're walking,
They got
their
those,
whole
like,
butt is
They got,
like,
the love handles and the muffin top, and it's just, yeah.
I'm like,
Like,
oh
you
my.
know that dog's not driving to the McDonald's? No.
We got really like off. But I love it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm thinking next week we're going to talk about, because it'll be February next week.
Oh,
Oh, you know what? We're going to do an early episode next week because we have our AHA accreditation
yeah. Oh, yeah.
tour. So, yeah, we can talk about that next week then. We'll do that one. I was going to talk about dentistry stuff, but we'll do AHA stuff.
On Facebook, waiting on my dad to get out of the dock. And meat juice is the first thing I hear. Sorry.
Yeah.
Meat juice. Now I'm getting text messages of meat juice.
About meat juice. That's great. So yeah, so next week we'll tell you guys about AHA and what that all means, and crossing our fingers that we pass.
We will.
I don't know why we wouldn't.
She's awesome.
But well, we all work hard, and I feel like we do a good job. So that's all they care about.
We don't just do a good job. We do a great job.
Special. All right, so we'll see everybody next week. We'll talk
This
a little
was
bit.
a really terrible episode. We were really all over the place.
It's the snow. It's like a snow day episode.
Can we have a snow day? Boss?
We did a couple times
You're so
last year.
beautiful.
We did last year a couple of times. We had days where like we didn't make it in,
Yeah.
but yeah,
You're so pretty.
not today.
Half day?
You already made it in. You're already here. You might as well stay. If anything, you're
True.
trapped here.
True.
We just live here now. It's fine. It's fine.
Whatever.
So
I don't have children.
We'll still be here.
So.
We'll still be here next week. Oh man. So we'll see you guys next week. We'll talk about AHA and maybe because that probably won't be a full thing. So we'll probably talk a little bit about dentistry as well. Cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
We've done we've done an episode of dentistry.
A little bit.
We'll do more.
Yeah. We'll do some show and tell with some equipment.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios.
Bye.